Hello everybody, welcome back to Bringing the ProPain Gaming, here with another Showdown showcase. Now, I'm recording this right after the last one I recorded, which should be the one I just uploaded. Well, the one I last uploaded. It's the one that I showcased my Fertile Soil with Toil team. And I was talking about doing one of my other monotype teams, but I decided I'll go ahead and start off with my Anythinggoes team. Now this one's probably my favorite and one I've put a lot of time into to go ahead and match my strengths, my weaknesses, and what I would send out for what Pokemon. Is this my best team? No, this is not my best team. I'm gonna have to say either my Ghost type team or my Ground type team are probably my strongest teams, mainly because I don't have many high tier. I do have some high tier, but not many. I mean, fucking Golurk, who is like the main honcho of the team, is NU, which isn't bad, but it's not like OU. Like Gardevoir. Gardevoir is really high up in the rankings. But I decided to go ahead and do this team just because I love this team, and I would love to go ahead and put this out there for you for anyone who wishes to use it. Now, first off, we got Golurk. Gonna go ahead and into his EVs and IVs. He is rocking a maxed out attack with that Adamant Nature to boost it even further. Get rid of that special attack. I'm not running any special moves on here. Pfft, fuck those. I'm rocking Choice Band and Iron Fist to go ahead and power up that power up punch. Now, and if you might be thinking, why are you running super power and power up punch? Well, the reason is, it came to my attention when one of my buddies, Sage Arts or Sage Gaming, decided to bring a Darkrai. And this Darkrai was very bulky. He sets up a nasty plot. He's one-shotting you with Dark Void. And it got me thinking, I wonder if I can beat that Darkrai. And I'm still using the moves to counteract that Darkrai on this Golurk. And basically, superpower is, if they decide to send in a very bulky or a very fast, either dark or ice type mon, I pretty much one-shot everything with superpower. And the reason for that is because of my Choice Band maxed out attack. And superpower being a very strong move, I decided it would work very well. Now, if I don't go up against one of those, I would use Power Up Punch, because it gets the bonus from Iron Fist, and then it goes ahead and increases my attack by 1 stage every time I use it. So if I can reliably get a Power Up Punch off and go ahead and boost up my attack, then each Power Punch after that will do more and more and more, and it'll keep stacking. So that's why I have Power Up Punch on there. Earthquake is just in case I go into a fire or a steel type, because since Golurk is a ground type, I'm weak to steel, and if I can survive a single hit, I have Earthquake, which not only gets stab from his typing, but also gets ridiculous with the amount of attack I have. So that's what I'm running on him. And the reason why I have special defense is because of I wanted to be able to live 1 Dark Void. If I could live a single Dark Void, I could one-shot that Darkrai with superpower. 100% of the time. It did like 127% to like 156%. Now, if I didn't have Choice Band on, it would do, I think the min roll would be like 96%, which is still not bad, because that would mean he wouldn't be able to get a substitute off, and I could just lead in with Power Up Punch. Next up, we have the Golurk Enix. Next up, we've got Elizabeth the Gardevoir, who I actually had with Gardevoirite, but decided to switch it to Choice Specs for a single reason. it came to my attention that I had a severe weakness to water type. And I decided, just so I could go ahead and have my bases covered, I went ahead and got rid of Psychic and put on Thunderbolt. The reason for that, or why I got rid of Psychic and maybe not Shadow Ball, I'll get into in a second. But she is rocking Trace. Oh wait, I could probably go ahead and... might do... Synchronize... No, I'll definitely rock Trace. But the moves she's rocking is Moonblast, Healing Wish, Thunderbolt, and Shadow Ball. Healing Wish is just in case one of my more important members gets a little low on the good old HP, or is infected with a really bad status ailment, such as Burn on Enix. I could go ahead and, if she's about to die, use Healing Wish. I sacrifice her, but the next Pokemon I send out will be at full health again, which is awesome. Her stats, I have 224 into special attack, 112 into special defense, just so we can take those special hits, go and eat those fuckers up, and went ahead and put 172 into speed, just so I have the ability to outspeed certain things. Next up, we've got Leonidas, the ex-Cavalier, rocking leftover shell armor, and this motherfucker, he is a goddamn tank. As long as he does not go up against a fire type mon, he will fucking tank the hits. He is rocking Toxic, Drill Run, Rest, and Sleep Talk. I've got maxed out EVs into HP and defense, but I've got that Brave. Go ahead and get rid of some speed, put those fuckers into attack, just so my Drill Run will do a little bit more damage. And he is rocking that just so go ahead and get Toxic off on my enemy. Drill Run, whenever I get low, just gotta pop a Rest. And then Sleep Talk to possibly get another Toxic or Drill Run off. Next up, we've got Darren the Arcanine, rocking the Assault Vest and Flash Fire. I originally had Choice Scarf on him, just so we could go ahead and outspeed certain things. But then I realized something. Assault Vest would do much better on him, simply due to the fact that it would give me more survivability, and for what I needed it for, it would do its job perfectly. And he is rocking Extreme Speed, Outrage, Overheat, and Bulldoze. If you are wondering why I have Overheat, even when Fire Fang is used, Overheat will still do more damage. And since it is the only special attack I have no qualms using it and then using my other attacking moves. Perfect. He is rocking 84 into HP, 172 with the boosted 4 from the Naughty Nature. Go ahead and get rid of some special defense. I went ahead and got more with the Assault Vest though, and rocking out maxed out speed just so we outspeed all those motherfuckers and get possibly a Bulldoze or an Outrage off. Extreme Speed, that always outspeeds. Next up, we got Kiana, rocking the Bright Powder, Speed Boost, X-Scissor, Toxic, Agility, and Baton Pass. I don't know why I decided to have a fucking Ninjask on my team, but I do. And she is rocking near maxed out HP, maxed out speed. Go ahead and increase that even further with the Jolly Nature to a massive 460 massive speed. And I basically have this for going ahead, getting a few agilities off, got the Bright Powder, you can't see me, you can't hit me, get a few agilities off, Baton Pass into maybe Enix, Leonidas, or Braun, some of the heavy hitters of the team, maybe even Elizabeth if the opponent is physically bulky. Got that X-Scissor for that massive damage, surprisingly, actually massive damage, from what I've seen so far. and just all around a pretty reliable Mon, surprisingly enough. Would I hard switch into Kiana? No. I would typically do a safe switch or a soft switch into it, possibly if either Darren or Leonidas were knocked out, just so I can go ahead and get that toxic off or that agility to go ahead and carry on from there. And finally on the team we have Braun the B-Sharp rocking that expert belt and Defiant. We got Brick Break, Iron Head, Psycho Cut, and Sucker Punch. Look at those EV spreads. They are all over the fucking place. Just how I wanted them to be. And he is rocking 20 into HP, 128 into attack, 160 into defense. We got -4 for special attack. We got 88 into special defense. And we got 112 into speed. Just because speed's a little bit lackluster, we want to be able to outspeed some things, such as maybe a Slow King. We want to go ahead and get some of that bulkiness. So we got some of the special defense, some of the normal defense. We want to get those strong attacks off, which is why we have the 128 into attack. And just for GP, we got the 20 in HP. Just because its HP, base HP is a little bit lackluster. Now, the reason why I got rid of Psychic on Elizabeth is because of good old Braun. I gave him Psycho Cut. Now, hear me out. Originally, I had Poison Jab on him. Now, Poison Jab I had on him mainly for Fairy types. And because Fairy types are so prevalent and used in competitive play, I thought that was a good idea. But then whenever I ran numbers, I decided it wouldn't be smart to have both Iron Head and Poison Jab on here. So, just so I can go ahead and get those choice specs off to get that massively increased special attack, which I think that the special attack I have now is even higher than when I was a Mega. I decided to go ahead and switch it out into choice specs. So I'm rocking Thunderbolt because I have a weakness to water and I didn't have anything else to deal with the water. So that was one weakness on Darren that I got rid of. The other weakness that I have on Darren is ground type attacks. Ground type comes out, switch into Kiana. Simple as that. Go ahead and get maybe one agility off, maybe baton pass. If they get scarfed into a ground type move, they're gonna have to hard switch, and then I could probably get a toxic off, or like I said, an agility, and then immediately baton pass into someone else. Braun is immune to psychic type attacks and poison type attacks, so if any of those come out, just go ahead and head into Braun. And if a psychic type comes out, hit him with a sucker punch. If a fairy type comes out, hit him with an Iron Head. Poison type, hit him with a Psycho Cut. Just delicious. Next, what if a ghost type comes out? Well, I have two options. Either go into Enix or head out into Elizabeth. Now that is the reason why I got rid of Psychic instead of Shadow Ball. If I get rid of Psychic, I still have Pokemon to hit poison types with. Get rid of Shadow Ball, I don't have anything to hit ghost types with. But you might be like, oh, but you can still hit opponents. But you can still hit psychic types. Wait. What? Oh, yeah. But you can still hit ghost types with psychic. That may be true. But I can't hit dark types. And if I do go up against a dark type, I could either use Moonblast or Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is resisted. But seeing as how a lot of dark type moves are special, I would much rather have a specially defensive Mon go out. So I could possibly either switch into Darren or Enix, since Enix is, even with max EVs into special defense, his special defense is still not even as high as Elizabeth. So her special defense is amazing, which is why I considered this on her. She's also the only one who can really have an electric type move aside from Enix, who has Thunder Punch, but I would much rather have the Water type be dealt with on Elizabeth, just because get that massive 376 over 500 special attack Thunderbolt on a Water type attack on a Water type and destroy them. Then I had to consider, what about Fire types? Well, Fire types dealt with Darren and his ability Flash Fire. They want to use a Fire type attack, just head on to them. Now, the thing about Rock is, I don't have anything that's surefire resisted or immune, but Rock type attack comes out, head out into either Leonidas or Brawn, just because they are possibly the most defensive out of the group physically. If a Bug type comes out, I mean, they're terrible, so I can literally head out to maybe any one of them. I seriously could choose any one of my Pokemon to go out if a Bug type comes out, so they're useless. Flying type comes out, head on Enix, go ahead and get a Stone Edge off. If a Dragon type comes out, head on to Elizabeth, go and get that Moonblast off. Fairy, like I said, head off into Brawn, go ahead and get that Iron Head, Delicioso. Poison type, same thing with Brawn, go ahead and get that Psycho Cut off, Delicioso. Psychic type comes out, again heading into Brawn, get that Sucker Punch off. Normal type comes out, if a normal, dark, or fighting type come out, that's where Enix truly shines, simply due to the fact that he is immune to both normal and fighting type, and with a superpower he can OHKO nearly any dark type, and it is amazing. Now, that was my COTF team showcase. I'm happy that all of you are watching, and if you enjoyed, go ahead and continue watching. I'll be sure to have another one of these up as soon as I possibly can, and maybe even next time I will again go into more detail as to why I chose certain things to put on them. This has been Bringing the ProPain Gaming, and I swear, any of you charcoal users out there, which is funny because we actually use charcoal in real life, but don't be a charcoal user. Gotta get that propane and those propane accessories. Good night, everyone.